All right, 1.4, we're going to continue solving systems by graphing. We'll start with a little warm-up, working with positive and negative numbers. So when we're working here, we have a -5 and a -2. The signs are the same, so that means we're going to add our numbers. 5 plus 2 makes 7, and then we keep the sign. So when the signs are the same, we add and keep the sign. For number 2, we have a -3 and a +6. When our signs are different, we subtract, so 6 minus 3, and then we keep the sign of the larger number, which is positive. So this will give us a +3. Number 3, when we are multiplying, if our signs are the same, we get a positive answer. So same signs when we multiply, we get a positive. Same signs when we're adding or subtracting, we just add and then keep the sign. So multiplying, same signs, we get a positive number, and 4 times 3, we get 12. With multiplication or division, if we have different signs, we're going to get a negative answer. And then I'm working out 16 divided by 8 to get 2. Okay, solving each equation. In this equation, I need to get x by itself, which means I need to move this 3, and I'm going to get rid of it by doing the inverse operation. So it's adding, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract. So now x equals 16 minus 3, which is 13. Number 6, I was looking at the 7. Number 6, we have 7 times n. When we have a number sitting next to a variable, that is indicating multiplication. We do the inverse operation. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we are dividing 7 to both sides to find that n is equal to -28 divided by 7 is -4. In number 7, we have a multi-step equation. We need to distribute this -5. It is multiplying into this quantity. So we are distributing -5 times -7 to get +35, -5 times v to get -5v, and that is set equal to 5. I now have a two-step equation. I'm going to get rid of my term that is adding or subtracting first, and then I will take care of my term that's multiplying or dividing. So I get rid of my 35 by subtracting it to both sides. Those cancel, and we are left with -5v equals -35 and a +5. Signs are different, so I will subtract and get 30, and then keep the sign of the larger number. Now I have -5 times v. I get rid of -5. That is multiplying to v by dividing it. So that those cancel out, and v is equal to +6. Same signs give us a positive. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Okay, number 8, also a two-step equation. Even though there's some dividing going on here, m is being divided by 3. We will take care of that the same way we took care of 5 being multiplied by v. So we are just, we're going to move the 2 first by adding it to both sides. That's how we get rid of it. We follow our sign rules. -4, +2, signs are different. We subtract 4 minus 2 and keep the sign of the larger number. So it's a -2. That's an equal sign there. And then I'm left with m divided by 3. So if m is being divided by 3, I need to get rid of this 3. The opposite of division is multiplication. So I can times 3 to both sides. And that makes those cancel out, so that m equals -2 times 3, which is a -6. Okay, number 9, We're just graphing single line here. So I need to know if we're working with y equals mx plus b, then my m, or my slope, is negative 4 over 5. Which means we would go down 4, right 5. My b is positive 1, which means we are going to begin at positive 1. So let's go ahead and graph this. We begin at 1, and then we move down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can also do the exact opposite. So the exact opposite of down and right, I'll show in purple, is up. The opposite of down is up. The opposite of right is left. So we can also do the exact opposite, and I'll show us that in purple from our beginning point. I can go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just counting. And if you notice, all 3 of those points are on the same line. Let's take a look at number 10. Same idea. We have slope-intercept form, which means y is by itself, equals mx plus b. In red, I'll highlight my m. So my m value is the number that's next to x, negative 1 over 5. And we would go down and 5, down and right. And then in blue, we have b equal to negative 1. So we are going to begin at negative 1 and then move down 1, right 5. We could also do the exact opposite and go up 1, left 5, and create a nice little line there. Okay. I'm going to do these last 4 pretty quick. I'm going to write my m and b down for numbers 11 and 12. I am just going to graph them without writing anything down for 13, 14. That eventually, for a lot of us, should be the place that we're getting to. So I'm going to have a red equation. For my red equation, my m is negative 1 over 3, which means we're going to go down and right. And my b is negative 4. For my blue, I'm going to be, my m is positive 1 over 3, so I'm going to be going up 1, right 3 for my blue line, and b equals negative 2. So I'll go ahead and graph both these lines. For my red, I'm beginning at negative 4 and counting down 1, right 3. I can also go the exact opposite, up 1, left 3. For my blue line, I can begin at negative 2, and I can count up 1, right 3. I can also count down 1, left 3. And where my red and blue cross, that makes a purple point. That is the solution. We always talk about our solutions in terms of our x value. That's how far left or right we have to go from the middle. And then our y value, how far up or down. So from the middle, I have to go 3 left, so I'm going negative 3, and then I have to go down 3, so negative 3. So 3 down, 3 left. Okay, I'm going to color coordinate number 12. You just use the same colors here. So my red equation, m equals negative 1 over 2, b equals 2. And we know that this is going to be down and right. It's down because it's negative, and always right. We are always moving right. And then for my blue equation, m equals negative 2 over 1, so that's going to be down and right. b equals negative 4. I'm going to graph each. I begin at 2, and I move down 1, right 2. I can continue to do that, down 1, right 2. I could also do the exact opposite. I can go up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, and then make my line. For my blue equation, I'm going to begin at negative 4, and I can try and go down 2, right 1, but the problem is I run out of graph. So that was down 2, right 1. So I'm going to do the exact opposite. Those didn't work. I'm going to go up and left. I can go up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2, left 1. Ah, there we go. So I can put multiple points on my graph until they cross. There we go. So my coordinates for that point, my x, y, on the x value, it's at, so this point here is at negative 4 on my x value. So here's my x-axis, so negative 4. And on my y value, it's at positive 4. Okay, so those are graphing with like showing all the work, scaffolded steps, all of that. Now I'm going to just do a red equation just from looking at it, and I'll kind of talk you through it. This is the point that you would like to get to eventually as you are more and more comfortable with identifying the information. With number 13, I'm going to begin at positive 1. That's my B. And then I'm moving up 1, right 4. I'm also moving down 1, left 4. I can do the exact opposite. So I was able to graph that without writing anything down. For some of us, we should be writing down every time. You'll need to write down every time what is your M, what is your B. But as you get more familiar with it, the hope is that eventually you'll be able to look at an equation and know where the line should go. So for my blue line, it should begin at negative 2. And then if I go up 1, right 1, because that's 1x, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And then our points cross right here in purple, which is positive 4 on our x value, positive 2 on my y value. All right, and this will be our last one. Number 14. Again, I'm just going to talk through the steps without actually doing them. So for my red line, I am still color coordinating. So it's a good strategy to use colored pencils or those kind of things. I'm going to begin at positive 4, and then I'm supposed to go up 7, right 2. And you could even, if the arrows help, we're supposed to go up and right, but I don't have enough room on my graph to go up and right. So instead, I have to do the opposite. I'm going to go down and left. So I'm going to count down 7. I'm getting that 7 from here. Left 2. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left 1, 2. And there's my other point. Connect my points. ish. Just going to remake a point there. And then my blue line is going to begin at -2. Let me get rid of my counts here. It's going to begin at -2, and I'm supposed to go up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. I can also go down and left. Oh, there's my point, down and left. So I have overlap right here, and I'm going to say where that is by looking at my x value, so -2, comma my y value, which is -3.